everybody. So today I'm back to talk about my own personal journey with locks. I started my lock journey October 13th of 2018. And my personal experience with starting my locks, I'm just going to share some information for you if you're thinking about getting locks, or basically some things to consider before you go into it. For me, I went to the African shop, where they do the braids and all of that. And I was pretty sure that, they would know how to start the locks. So that's why I went. Because I would always go and get like my box braids and things like that done there. However, I started out with the coil locking method, which I'll show you a photo here of how I started. Um, the product that they used was this brown gel, and the first thing is you gotta understand or get an idea of how you would like your locks to be. Things to consider would be, what kind of pattern that you want, like how you want your hair to lay. Some people start off with 2-strand twists. And then, like I said, it's really about the pattern as well, because, you have the diamond style, you have the brick style. You have the freeform style, which is where you can't see the parts pretty much. Um, with mine, I wanted to start off with a little color. I didn't want to go in just with my natural hair color. I did want some color to start with. That was just my preference. As far as the locking style, I didn't really too much care originally about the locking style. I just know that I wanted it to be neat. I wanted it to be small. I didn't really want big locks. Like, I didn't want them to be really big or anything like that. And then I didn't want the sister locks because I didn't want them too small. Like, I'll show you my locks, how they are now, the way that they lay. And I'll go over pretty much all of that, but I just kind of wanted to give everyone that's thinking about doing locks, or, starting their journey, some things to think about. Me, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't recommend that someone that doesn't know very much about locks to just go to the African shop and say, hey, can you start my locks? That's pretty much what I did. And it was an experience there, because first they started off with like a braid or a twist. So they took my hair and they kind of did like a really micro small braid, really, really small. And I was like, it looks okay. It looked okay, but it wasn't locks. So I knew that that's pretty much not what I wanted. And then that's when they came up with the idea that they could do like the coils. So the coils is basically what they did, the Africans did at the shop. They had this big bucket of brown gel, and I already provided the picture through the video. But they use the gel, they take the comb, they take your hair, they wet your hair with the gel, and then they take the comb and they twist it. And that's what creates the coil. Now, my hair will need to be, well, it doesn't necessarily need to be relaxed or retwisted, should I say, but I normally go every 2 weeks to get my hair retwisted. Sometimes I might wait 3 weeks. Like this particular time, I will wait 3 weeks. I've had my hair retwisted and it's almost time. But even now, as you can see, like the bottom of my hair is like a coil still. Some of them are kind of out, but they have that curl pattern to it a little bit. But yeah, basically, I just want you to consider, what products that you want to use. What do you want in your hair? Because like with that brown gel, I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I did think like, well, how is the brown gel going to work? And pretty much after a couple of days, it was really unattractive to me because when I scratched my hair, I had brown, crusty shavings all over my shoulders. Didn't want to scratch my hair anywhere else because if I'm at work and I'm scratching my hair and it's, brown things or little brown specks that are falling out, it was just not for me. And I ended up going to a lock shop, and I told them like, hey, I just want my hair redone. Basically it was like I was starting over. So they washed my hair, conditioning and all of that. And their process was basically different because when I went to the Africans, they didn't wash my hair. They just pretty much was like, okay, we just gonna slap this gel on it, coil it, and hey, see you later. But the lock shop, they washed my hair, they conditioned it, they twisted it, they put me under the dryer and all of that, and they made sure I was happy and I was content. So you definitely want to consider going to a loctician, even if it's just to get some information. I did a lot of research before I started, and originally I wasn't going to go to the lock shop. I found a loctician that I wanted to go to. Honestly, she was charging $240 or $260. It was a lot of money, but I was willing to do it. But then I didn't like the parts. I didn't like how she did her parts when I was looking at like her clients and things like that. And then she wanted to start me out with the 2-strand twist as well because of my hair. And I didn't want to start out with the 2-strand twist. So I ended up just saying, hey, I'm going to go to the Africans. Hopefully they can help me out. And then I think they only charged me like, I don't know, maybe they charged me like, I think they charged me like $100. But it wasn't as much as, this particular loctician. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you my hair, even though it's kind of, it needs to be retwisted. But let me go ahead and show you what I have here now. Don't scream. No, I'm just kidding. So this is my locks. As you can see, this is my color here. Now you can't really see my parts because of course it's time for my hair to be retwisted. But I'll show you some things. Okay, so yeah. So the way that I got my locks done, I did it to where I could pretty much personalize it on my own. I wanted my locks to fall in a style, almost as if it was like in a bob, or not a bob, but just I did want it in a particular style where if I wanted to switch it this way or that way, I wanted to be able to do a lot with my locks. And I can. And so I don't have like the diamond style. I would say that I have the brick style, but all of them are not really big. They're really kind of smaller. But some of my locks, they're all not the same size. Like these here are really small, if you can see. Well, they're not super, super duper small, but they are small compared to like this one here. This is one lock. I mean, yeah, this is one lock. So compared to that one, it is small. Excuse me, trying to get the camera together there. But yeah, pretty much I wanted it personalized where I could wear it this way or that way. Of course, because I have been wearing it this particular way, it doesn't want to act right. And then also with my color, basically, I wanted the color, and then I also wanted my natural color as well. So what I did was, and the front is pretty much colored except for like the roots. But in the back, I'm gonna show you. I don't know if you could really see that color, but in the back it's my natural color, and then it's the like red or I don't know, not really red, but the color is on the ends in the back. So I'm gonna try to grab a few of them back here. So I know you could probably barely see it, but yeah, the colors is on the ends of the hair, and that's kind of how I wanted them, so that when you look in the back you'll see some color, but I still wanted my own color still in there somewhere. So that's what I did. Now definitely do your research on who you want to do your locks and care for them. Make sure that you have some kind of oil or moisturizer to keep your hair moisturized. I bought oil and products through the shop that I go to. So I pretty much have something to keep my hair moisturized. It's pretty easy to find some kind of moisturizer. I'll provide the moisturizer that I use. I will provide it in the video here. Also, you know, when you get locks, I know everybody says, okay, you're gonna love them, you're gonna hate them. There are different lock stages and all of that. All of that is true. My hair is really, really thick. So I had been considering getting locks for about 3 or 4 years, but I just had not done it. I don't really know why. I think I was just scared. But I do love my locks. It has been a journey for the beginning by itself. Because I went from, the Africans to an actual loctician, which I should have just, did a little bit more research and, found the loctician I really wanted first rather than just jumping in. But my hair wasn't damaged or anything like that. I want to say that I probably had my hair done or had my locks done 1 week before I went to the actual lock shop. So, definitely, take your time, make sure that you get them done the right way. Don't be scared to ask your stylist to do your locks in a particular way. Like if you want to have, like I wanted to have a side part, I wanted to have a middle part, I wanted, so like I said, just don't be scared to ask, because they are your locks. So, definitely be brave enough to ask for what you want. Even when I was getting my hair retwisted, even when I went in, I said, hey, you didn't. My part, and then I'm not a person that likes, baby hairs and things like that. My hair is just too thick for that. So don't be afraid to say, hey, I would like, a side part or a middle part, or, I want my hair small. And then if you want your hair small, you don't have to necessarily get sister locks, if you don't want. But definitely consider the things that you would like to have for your locks and how you want them. And you definitely want to make sure that you still moisturize them. Just because they're locked doesn't mean that you don't have to do anything, any maintenance. Now, it's definitely not, in my opinion, it's not as high maintenance as, getting a sew-in and all of that. Or I didn't really get my hair pressed. I would get protective styles. I would get my hair braided down, and I get a sew-in on top, and my hair grew that way. But as far as those closures and lace and all of that, it didn't work for me. I did get my hair done a couple times, and I did my own hair as well. But I didn't like all that glue and all of that. And then my scalp is really sensitive. So, I decided to go ahead and jump on the wagon to finally start my locks, because it's something I wanted. And I ended up loving them. Even with all their unique, they're just very unique and different. And, everybody has different hair, different textures, different curl patterns. So, like I said, for me, this will be 5 months on the 13th. So I will be 5 months locked, I guess. I mean, my hair is not locked all the way, but it's definitely trying to get there. I would definitely say, even when you look at my pictures, my hair has come a long way. Now, what I will say, there are, like I said, some, not flaws, because I mean, the locks do what they want. They have a mind of their own. And that's where the lock process comes from. Now, I will show you some locks of mine that that don't like to participate. They don't like to behave themselves. This lock here has been giving me a hard time since day one. As you can see there, it's definitely started the process. Definitely started locking there. I don't know if it does that because I started coloring my hair. Here's another one. Because I definitely started my lock process with color. Like I said, I colored my hair first before I actually went to get my hair locked. I went to the store, I bought some color, and I said I'm going to try to color my hair, even though I've never colored my hair before. I've never had my hair colored, but if I want to go ahead and start my locks, I want color. So that's what I did. I colored it myself. Pretty much every other time I was going to get my hair retwisted, I was getting some color. So just this past month or so, well, this will be the second month that I haven't even put any color in there. So like I said, definitely consider what you want out of your locks, how you want them to look, how you want them to fall. Freeform is, fine. So if you just want locks and you just want them to grow and do their own thing, that's fine. So, definitely. So like, share, subscribe. I will be posting more videos about locks and finding some products. If you have any questions or anything that you would like to know, definitely send me a message or a comment. I'll do my best to try to respond. Thank you for watching.